I'm so glad you're joining me on this transformational journey. This is beginner's yoga for weight loss, and we'll focus on strengthening your muscles. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell because we're making lots of new beginners videos and I want you to practice them all. When you practice yoga, you feel better. Grab 2 blocks and let's get going. We'll begin sitting up nice and tall, crossing at your shins. Ground through your sit bones, close your eyes, and bring your hands together in front of your heart. So we start our practice with the intention of strength, flexibility, and acceptance. And then release that and make your way onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest and gently rock yourself side to side. If you haven't begun already, remember to engage your Ujjayi breathing. So now we'll open up the knees, either holding the ankles or the little toe sides of the feet into happy baby pose. So remember Ujjayi breathing, slight constriction in the back of the throat as you breathe in and out through the nose. If you're not sure, start at the earlier Yoga for Beginners classes. Hold on to the right leg, extend the left into half happy baby. Easy for you to say, right? So we're going to hold on to that right leg, the right knee toward the armpit, the left leg extended. If that's too intense, you can always bend the left knee, placing the foot on the floor. We'll stretch out the right hip, and then everybody bend the left knee and take your right ankle just past the left knee for thread the needle. You can stay right like that, or draw the left knee in toward the chest, holding on behind the thigh. Be sure to flex your right ankle. That will help to protect your knee. Continue steady breath as you draw your right hip gently forward toward the front of the mat. And then release back into happy baby. Again, hold on to your ankles or shins or take the little toe sides of your feet. Drawing knees in toward armpits and lengthening your tailbone toward the mat. Evening out the breath. Relax your shoulders and your jaw as you hold your left leg where it is, extending the right leg either straight out onto the mat or bend the knee so the foot on the floor. Again, with the left leg, knee bent toward armpit, holding little toe side of the foot, or you may hold your ankle. This will stretch it out a little bit more, and then let's all bend the right knee. Flexing the left ankle, place it just past the right knee. And you can stay with that or draw the right leg in toward the chest, holding on behind the thigh. You could even hold on to the right shin if you'd like. Taking it a little bit deeper, but do draw your left hips gently forward toward the front of the mat. And releasing that. Hug both knees into your chest. This is called Apanasana. Gently rocking side to side, back and forth. Giving the low back a little massage. Release your feet back down. Roll all the way onto your right side. Now carefully using your left hand, press yourself up to seat it. And crossing at the shins to roll forward onto your hands and knees. Get your yoga blocks and place them toward the front of your mat. Line up wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and then step your right foot up by your right hand. Blocks on either side of the right foot. Tuck your back toes under, hands on blocks. Draw your right hip back as you gently sink forward. You can have your blocks at any height, but keep your spine nice and long, so not rounding the back at all. Make sure the right knee is over the ankle. We'll stretch out the hip flexors in this one a bit. So keep the low belly lifted, and then as you exhale, start to straighten the right leg and fold forward over your right leg. Now we'll stretch out our hamstrings a bit. So we're just going to warm up the body, getting it ready to create a little more heat in our practice. So rebending the front knee over the ankle, pull your right hip back. And then let's make our way back into table and then step your left foot up by your hand. So make sure the blocks are on either side of your left foot. Any height with the blocks. If you happen to not have any blocks, you can rest your hands on your leg if they don't reach the floor. Pull your left hip back. Lift your right hip away from the mat and pin the right hip in. Gently squeeze it in towards center. As you sink forward here, keep your belly lifted and your spine nice and long. And then inhale, straightening through the left leg and fold over the leg or stay up, whatever works for you. So we stretch out the hamstrings on the left side. Again, warming up the body, preparing for some deeper work. And then rebending the left knee. Make your way back into your table. And then you can move your blocks off to the side. And walk your hands in front of your shoulders. Turn your inner elbows gently forward and then begin to tuck your toes, downward dog, but keep the knees bent. So stretch out your spine here and don't worry about straightening both legs, but then straighten just the right leg. Keep the left knee bends and switch. So bicycling the legs back and forth and then bend both knees and we'll stretch way back. So bicycle a couple of times, then both knees bend, stick your hips way up in the air, stretch back, straighten the legs as much as they will. If they don't straighten all the way, then keep them bent, but keep some length throughout your spine. So we will get those legs straight eventually, but we don't have to worry about that right away. So let's take the knees back down, take the hips to the heels into child's pose, and this is your resting pose. Anytime you want to rest, you may do that. Your head could rest on the mat or you could rest your head on your hands. Inhale back up into table. We'll tuck the toes once again, lift up and back into down dog. Again, keep that length through the spine. So if that means bending the knees for now, then just do that. We will stretch our hamstrings and we'll get them nice and flexible. Make your way to plank pose, top of a push-up. Your knees can be down or lifting them up. Now, keep your shoulders and your hips in the same line. If the legs are off the mat, keep lifting the backs of the knees toward the ceiling. Chest forward, heels back. Lengthen your sitting bones toward your heels. Shoulders are right above your wrists. Don't let your head drop. Keep the crown of the head lengthening forward. Then you can drop down to your knees or keep them off, but hug your elbows in as you lower slowly to the floor, everything touching at once. Then inhale, peel your chest up for little cobra. Press all 10 toenails down into the floor and pull your belly away from the floor. Lower down, tuck your toes, take an inhale. Exhale, press up to plank. Knees can be up or down. And then lift back into downward facing dog. So now we're starting to create some heat. So we use the big muscle groups in our body to hold us up. Look forward, step your feet to your hands. Then inhale, bring hands to shins, pull the belly in, lengthen the spine. Fold over the legs, bend the knees as much as you need to as you fold. Press through the feet with a really long spine. Sweep the arms out, around, and up. Make sure your ribs stay in. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Come to the top of the mat, feet together or hip socket distance apart. In Tadasana, firm your legs, pull in through your belly, lift your chest. Chin is parallel with the floor. Then inhale, sweep your arms out, around, and up. Keep the ribs in. Exhale, hinge forward from your hip creases so your spine stays as straight as you can as you fold forward. Then inhale, hands to shins or up higher to lengthen the spine. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step your left foot back. And now step your right foot back to plank. Knees up or down here again. Pull your belly away from the floor. Hug your elbows in as you lower slowly all the way to the ground. Slide hands by low ribs. Inhale, peel up into cobra. Use your back muscles to hold you. Press all 10 toenails down. And then lower back down. Tuck your toes, press up to plank. Knees can be up or down for that. And then lift back again into down dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana is how it's pronounced in Sanskrit. Arms are shoulders distance apart. Feet are hips width apart. Make sure the outer edges of your feet are parallel. Look forward. Bend your knees to step your feet to your hands. Hands to shins, lengthen the spine. Fold as you exhale into forward fold, then press through the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up, keep the ribs and belly in. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center and then let them drop. Inhale again, sweep your arms up, lengthen sitting bones toward the backs of the knees. Exhale, hinge forward and fold into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, right foot back. And then step your left foot back into plank pose. Again, knees can be up or down. If the knees are up, lift them toward the ceiling. Pull your belly away from the floor, chest forward. Hug elbows in, slowly exhale to the ground. Hands by low ribs. Inhale again, cobra pose. And this time, see if you can stay up high and lift your hands away from the mat. You're really using your back muscles. Then lower back down, tuck the toes under, knees up or down as you press to plank, and then lift back into downward facing dog. A lot of core strengthening is happening in this sequence today, and the core muscles are what keep your back nice and healthy. Look forward and step your feet to your hands, then inhale, lengthen halfway up. Fold forward as you exhale. Press through your feet. Rise up on your inhale. Ribs and belly in. Exhale, bring the hands down. Then feet again, hips width apart or together. Inhale, bend the knees, drop the hips. This is chair pose. So instead of sticking your butt out, drop your tailbone down. Pull your belly in and up. And sink back as much as you can, keeping your spine long. Spin your inner thighs down, press your shins back, and move the weight toward the heels. Then belly to thighs and straighten the legs as much as you can. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthening your spine. Bring hands to hips and all the way up with a long spine back to Tadasana. We're going to do that again. Bend the knees, inhale, sit back. Remember, drop your sitting bones down so we don't want to overarch in the lower back. Keep your belly pulling in to support it. And sink back toward the heels, inner thighs spinning down, shins back. As you reach the arms by the ears, soften around your shoulder blades. Keep breathing, sit back a little bit deeper if you can. And then exhale, belly to thighs, and straighten the knees as much as you can. Then inhale, come halfway up, hands to shins. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, all the way up. Inhale, once again, sit back in your imaginary chair. Drop your tailbone down, pull your belly in. Then come halfway up. Exhale, sit deeper, drop your tailbone. Inhale, come halfway up. Keep the knees bent though. Exhale, sit a little deeper if you can. Remember, weight in the heels, shins pressing back. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, sitting nice and deep, as deeply as you can, without hurting yourself, of course. Then fold forward. We never want to hurt ourselves. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, all the way up with a long spine. We worked our legs, got them nice and strong. Really working on those muscles. Then step your feet nice and wide, turning toward the long side of the mat. Turn your right leg all the way out and your back toes in. Line up your front heel and your back arch. Inhale, bring your arms up to a T. Hinge from your hip crease. Reach, reach, reach out and then down. This is triangle pose. Put the block behind the front ankle, the little toe side. Take your left hand, pull your bottom ribs forward, spinning top ribs back, and then stretch that left arm up. If you can look up at your left hand, then do. But if it bothers your neck, look forward or look down toward the floor. Keep pressing into the big toe mound of your right foot as you press your calf toward your shin, firming the legs. Now lengthen through all four sides of your waist. Firm the back leg as well as it presses back. So we get into the shape of the pose and then we hug the muscles to the bone so that we can create strength. And when we create strength, all of that energy building muscles will help with the weight loss process. Draw your shoulder blades toward the waist. Look down toward the front foot. Inhale, come up. Bring your feet to parallel to the other leg. Left leg all the way out, back toes in. Make sure you've lined up front heel and back arch. Inhale, arms to shoulder height. Hinge from your left hip crease. Reach, reach, reach as far as you can. When you can possibly not reach anymore, then take the hand down to the block. Reach up through the right arm. Lengthen from your left hip crease through your left armpit. Then take your right hand to the bottom of the rib cage, draw it up and back. So bottom ribs move forward, top ribs back, and then reach that arm up. Again, looking forward or down if it bothers your neck to look up toward the hand. Otherwise, if it's okay, look at your hand. Firming the leg muscles without locking out the knee joint. So press firmly into the big toe mound of that left foot as you draw your left sitting bone under you. Firming muscles to bones on those legs, getting them nice and strong. and then lengthen, lengthen, lengthen through your torso. Let your shoulder blades draw gently toward the waist as you breathe comfortably. Look down at the front foot. Inhale, make your way back up. You can grab your block and put it off to the side again. And now take your feet to parallel. Bring your arms out to shoulder height. Inhale, step or hop together and turn to the front of the mat. Back into Tadasana, feet parallel. Now, keep your right foot forward, step your left foot back, but point your left toes forward. And then slowly start to bend your right knee over your ankle. Pull your right hip back. So we want the hips and shoulders as best we can, squaring to the front. Then straighten that right leg, pull the hip back, slowly bend the knee over the ankle. Inhale again, straighten the leg, pull the right hip back. Exhale, bend it over the knee. Reach up through arrow straight arms. Pull your ribs and belly in. Press your back thigh back and firm those muscles in the back leg. Press into the front heel. Gently draw it back to engage the hamstring muscles. And stretching up nice and tall through all four sides of your waist. As you reach up through the arms, you're working all of these muscles. And I'm telling you, this energy is going to firm your body. We're going to straighten the front leg and step back to the front. Feet about hips width apart here. Then step your right foot back. So make sure it's far enough back so that when you bend your left knee over the ankle, you have it right above. Knee and ankle is important. Bend the left knee, reach up. Then inhale, straighten it. Square up hips and shoulders to the front of the mat. Bend the knee. If you can't square up your hips and shoulders, take a wider stance. Inhale, straightening the front leg. Exhale, bend the left knee over the ankle. Point it straight over the middle toes. Pull your belly in. Lengthen through your low back and then stretch up through arrow straight arms. Palms facing each other, but then soften around either side of your neck. We don't want to have tension. Press the back thigh back. The inner back thigh lifts up toward the ceiling, grounding into the front heel and through the outer edge of the back foot. Steady breathing. Sink in lower if you can, and then straighten the left leg and step your feet back to the front of your mat. Feet together or hips width apart. Inhale, bend your knees back to chair pose. Exhale, fold forward, belly to thighs, then straighten the legs. Come halfway up, look up, inhale. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step to plank, top of a push-up. Pull belly in, lengthen your sitting bones. Now step your feet together this time. And then we're going to roll to the pinky toe side of the right foot. You can put your right knee down, stretch your left arm up, hips are stacked. Or you can step your right foot in front of the left. It's a little bit harder. You can also do left foot on top of the right, even more difficult. Do what works for you, but bring your top hip forward so your hips are stacked and pull your belly in. Make your way back to plank and then lift your hips into downward facing dog. Then take your knees down and child's pose for a little break. We're doing a lot of strengthening today, so a little break in child's pose is great to do anytime. Make our way back up. Tuck the toes, come back into down dog. Spread your fingers, press into the base of the fingers. Then make your way into plank, top of a push-up. Make sure your shoulders and your hips are in the same line. Step your feet together. Roll to the pinky toe side of the left foot. Reach the right arm up. You can take the left knee down for more support, or you can walk your left foot in front of the right. You can also do right foot on top of left. Stretch up through the top arm, bring your top hip a little bit forward and pull your belly in like crazy and lengthen your sitting bones toward your heels. So you're one long line here. I remember the first time being able to hold this pose without shaking like crazy. It felt like a big accomplishment. Come back to plank pose, knees up or down, and lower slowly to your belly, exhaling. Come onto the tops of the feet and lengthen your arms alongside your body. Pull your belly in and lift everything up. Roll the shoulder heads away from the mat. Lengthen your sitting bones towards your heels. Keep the back of your neck long. Inner thighs lift up toward the ceiling and then lower down. This is great for strengthening the back muscles. It's called Locust pose or Shalabhasana. Same thing, arms by your sides, lengthen sitting bones toward heels, lift up, roll your shoulder heads away from the mat, widen across your collarbones, press your pubic bone into the floor gently, pull your belly up, and then release and rest. Good work. Slide your hands by your low ribs, press up onto your knees and then back into child's pose. Take a long breath here. And then slide yourself up, take your hips off to your right, swing your legs in front of you. Take your feet flat with your knees bent, pull your belly in. You can take your hands to the mat if you have any issues with the back. Otherwise, you're going to roll down very slowly using those strong belly muscles to come onto your back and then rest. Walk your heels in. Shift your hips over to the right a little. Drop your knees to the left. Look over your right shoulder unless it bothers your neck. Turn your belly up toward the ceiling as you take this twist. Then head to center, knees to center. Shift your hips to the left gently, knees to the right. Look over your left shoulder and breathe here. Belly is turning up toward the ceiling as you twist. Twisting is great for keeping the spine nice and healthy. It's also really great for digestion. Bring your knees to center. Hug them into your chest once more. Gently rock from side to side. Now, lengthen your sitting bones towards your heels and take your feet to the floor. Feet flop open, hips width apart or wider, arms by your sides, palms up. Close your eyes, and this is where we'll rest. This one's called Shavasana. As you're settling in, I have a quote for us today from Tony Robbins, who said, "The only impossible journey is the one you never begin." And now rest for a couple of minutes, and I will be back. Begin to take some longer breaths. Just slowly starting to bring your awareness back into your body. Move your fingers and your toes. Circle your wrists and your ankles. Take a long breath as you stretch your arms overhead. Nice long, almost like a good morning stretch. And then bend the knees, roll to your right side. Take a very important moment to thank yourself for taking your practice. And then make your way up to seated. Comfortable seat with the shins crossed. Sit up as tall as you can, hands in front of the heart. Hands to the forehead, reminding us to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to the heart center, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions. Hands to the mouth to remind us to have clear and loving communication, sending positive energy out to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Great job. You worked hard today. Now keep it going every day at fightmasteryoga.com. Click today's yoga class and then click the beginner section. You'll be amazed at your transformation before long, and not just your body, but your attitude too. Practice yoga every day. Feel better.